All right, I'm going to be going over with you the practice test A on chapter 8. Hopefully you've had a chance to try it, and this will help you if you have any questions. Okay, so the first one is write a positive or negative integer that represents the situation. So if I have a debt of $24, that means I'm not getting money. It's not a positive thing. So the way I would represent that is negative 24. And that's a negative integer. All right, number 2, graph 9 and its opposite. So the opposite of 9 would be negative 9. So I have to graph these two numbers. Now I have a number line here, but I got to put the numbers on them. So I'm going to start here with 0. I don't think I'll have enough to go 9 either way, so I'm going to do by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, negative 3, negative 6, negative 9, negative 12. Now I'm going to graph. That's part of it. This is the key now. You got to put the dot on the line. So there's the 9, and the opposite would be right there. So that is a complete answer. All right, number 3, which temperature is colder? So if I think of a thermometer, I have, say this is 0 degrees. I would have 130 here, but if it would get a little colder, it'd be 145. Okay, so this is, the 145 would be the coldest. There you go. All right. Now, number 4, I need to graph point 2 and its opposite. I'm going to move this up a little bit. There we go. And so I have to know the opposite of point 2 is negative point 2. I'm going to start again with 0. This time I'm going to go point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, point 6. And then I go negative point 1, negative point 2, negative point 3, negative point 4, and negative point 5. Now I want to graph point 2, which would be right here, and then its opposite would be right here. So that's all you got to do for those is graph them. Make sure you put the dot on the line. Okay, let's do number 5. Here is where we are comparing two of these numbers. We have negative 2 4/9, negative 5/9. Now, one thing I do is I sometimes figure out which one, if they're positive, I figure out which one is bigger. And then because they're negative, I just do the opposite. So I have 2 4/9, and then I have 2 5/9. So I know if they're positive, the 2 5/9 is going to be a little bit more than the 2 4/9. But because they're negative, they are going to be, this one would be greater if it's positive, but because they're negative, then it goes like that. And then I erase that, okay? The other way I could do it is do a number line, go like this, and I have negative 2, negative 3 right here, and then I have to start figuring out which one, the ones that less is going to be over here, and the one that is greater is going to be on this side. And I know 2 4/9, 2 4/9, negative 2 4/9, that comes before negative 2 5/9. So 2 4/9 is greater than that, which is what I have right here. Okay. Number 6, again, I could do the same thing by just pretending they're both positive. And I know 7.4 is bigger than 4.2, but because they're negative, 7.2 is actually smaller. So it'd be negative 7.4 is less than negative 4.2. Okay. Now this number 7 is absolute value. This line here and this line here means I want the absolute value, which is the value of whatever's inside. So it's negative 29 all the way to 0. What is that distance? Well, that distance is 29. And that is my absolute value of negative 29. It's 29 between 0 and the number. Okay. Number 8 is a reflecting. So reflect the point in the x-axis followed by the y-axis. So it gives us our dot. It gives this to us already. Now I have to reflect that first across the x. Now here's the x, so I'm going to go this way. And I got to count how many spots it's going to get me to the x, and then I have to go the same amount farther. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it took me 4 to get from here to here. Now I got to go 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. This dot, that dot right there is the reflection of that dot across the x. But now we have to go over the y also. So I start here, go 1, 2, 3. 3 gets me to y. Now I got to reflect it, so I go 1, 2, 3. And so that dot is reflected over the y. All right, here we have 4 points, and we're going to draw a polygon. All right, so I'm going to make this my origin, 0. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're doing positive because we're going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so point A is 9 by 9. So I go all the way over to 9, which is here, and then I got to go up to 9. And that would be there. So there's A. Now B is 3, 6. So over 3, up 6. 6 and 3. Good. That's B. C is over 2, up 1. That's C. And then D is over 9, up 3. Over 9, 1, 2, 3. There we go, that's D. Now I just connect the dots. That one goes to there. That one goes to there. That one to there. And that one to there. And there's my polygon. All right, let's do, whoopsie, number 10. So number 10 is a distance between two dots. So I could graph them. I see that the y is the same. So I don't worry about the y. But I do think about the x. So this first one here is going to go 6, up 6, and over to -7. Up 6, over to -7. Now this one is going to go over +4, up to 6. Okay. So then I just have to get the distance between this dot and this dot. Well, to get from here to 0, that would be 7. And then to get from here to 4 would be 4. So I'm going 4 steps there, 7 steps here. I add those two together, and the distance is 11. Okay. Number 11 is to write the word sentence as an inequality. A number C is greater than or equal to negative 13. And you just write that one in the order that it comes. Number 12 is a yes or no question. And if x is 9, would that work in this inequality? X minus 3, 1. Okay, I'm going to put 9 in there for x. 9 minus 3 less than 1. 9 minus 3 is 6. Is 6 less than 1? No way. Okay. So, let's go on. Number 13. I gotta solve these and then graph them. So I have x plus 3 is less than 6. I'm gonna bring this down like this. And I'm gonna solve. X plus 3 less than 6. Now I want to get this x all by itself, so I got to take this 3 away, minus 3, because it's plus 3, so I do the opposite, minus 3, and minus 3 over here. And when I do that, x, those cross out, x is less than 3. Okay. So now I need to put some numbers here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Now, I figured out that x is less than 3. So I go to 3, and I ask myself, can it be exactly 3? No. So then it's a circle, but it has to be less than, so then I'm going this way. And I'm going to test it. I'll pick negative 1. If x is negative 1, is that less than 3? Yes. Cool. All right, now 14 is 1/2 x greater than 4. I want to get this x by itself, so I have to do the opposite of times 1/2. I have to divide by 1/2 and divide this by 1/2. So those cancel each other out. X is greater than 4 divided by 1/2. Make that into a fraction, and then I do keep, change, flip. So 4, 1, change to be multiplication, and flip that, and it gets me 4 times 2 is 8 over 1, which is the same as 8. So my answer is x is greater than 8. Now if I want to graph that, I'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I go to 8. I go to 8 and say, can it be exactly 8? Well, no. It can be, has to be more than. X is greater than 8. So then I go this way, and I have to make sure every number on this line works. So I'm going to take the number 10. 1/2 times 10, is that greater than 4? Yeah. 1/2 of 10 is 5, so 5 is greater than 4. So I went the right way. Good. Okay. Let's look at this next one. And it shows a table, 3 weeks, and toy change in dollars. So in week 1, it changed a positive $6.50. In week 2, it changed to negative 550, and in week 3, it changed to negative 6.75. It's asking what is the greatest change. Basically, what it's saying is which one, when you talk about absolute value, which one has the biggest absolute value? Well, this is 650, this would be 550, and this would be 675. So the biggest one is that one. So the week that had the most change, week 3. All right, number 16. We have a map of a farm shown in coordinate planes, and the coordinates are measured in yards. And the map shows the barn, -1, 2. So there's the barn. And a well is dug at -1, comma, something. We don't know what that is. So what two values of y such that the barn is 50 yards from the well? Okay, I'm going to do a little grid like this. Now, we know the barn is going to be over -1, and up 2. 1, 2. So there is the barn. Now, I have to have the well has to be the y. So the y has to be 50 yards away. So if I start at 2 right here, and I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I go 50 yards this way, it's going to end at 1, comma, 52. Because I start at 2 and I go 50 more, so it's 1 and 52. Now, if I go this way, these are all negatives, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm at 0, so then I go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I keep going all the way, so from here to here is 50, so there's 2, and then I need 48 more. So this is going to take it down to 1, -48. So my two values for y could be y equals 52, that'll be 50 yards away, or y equals -48. So we have 50 yards away here, and we have 50 yards away here. All right, we have one problem. Number 17. Now we have to graph this so both this and this work. So let's do the first one, x plus 1 less than 9. I want to get x by itself, so I got to take that plus 1 and get rid of it. I do the opposite, -1. So that equals x is less than 8. All right. Now I'm going to go to 4x less than or equal to 8. Now I want to get the x all by itself. It's times 4, so I divide it by 4. Divide it by 4. Those cancel. Gives me x less than or equal to 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now I'm going to graph both of these. I'm going to go -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to start with the blue. X is less than 8. So I go to 8, and it has to be less than, so it's a circle. And then I'm going less than, so it has to go down like this. Now, so all of these numbers on the blue line will work for this one. But now I want to get all the numbers that will also work for 4x is less than or equal to 8. And that's this one here. So now I go to 2. Can it be exactly 2? It sure can. And then it has to be less, so it's going to go this way also. So where is both of my line? my graph would be, I'm going to erase the part that it's not. Right there. So, what I'm saying with this graph is that everything on this line that's both blue and red, all of those numbers will work in both of the equations. So, let's try it. Let's pick 1. 1 plus 1 is less than 9. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 is less than 9. Good. Now, 4 times 1 less than or equal to 8. 4 times 1 is 4. Is 4 less than or equal to 8? Yep. So all of these numbers work in both of those inequalities. All right. Hopefully this has helped you. If you have any questions, bring them to class tomorrow.